everybody and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Kylie Cosmetics brush set. You have no idea how many times it's just taken me to say that. This is what they look like. It's a 5-piece set and I actually got this when I ordered the Burgundy palette, which is a bit of a surprise because I didn't know I was getting them. I actually ordered them through a friend of mine and then she told me once I'd ordered it that they were coming with it. So yeah, it was quite a nice surprise. So this is what they look like, and when you get them, they come in like this little bag, which is just like a white little fairy bag with Kylie at the bottom in silver. And this is what the brushes look like. Sorry, mine are a bit dirty. I have been using them because I wanted to use them before I did a review, so I knew what the brushes were like and could actually tell you like whether they were any good or not. So as you can see, hang on, I'll just show you one brush. As you can see, they're just kind of like a white design with the black here, and then they've got Kylie written across the front here. I'll zoom in so you can see. They just have Kylie's name just written across the front there. And then the bristles are actually white as well. So the first thing which I noticed when I opened these was obviously that they're white. I've just said that. And that to me was like a bit like, oh, why would she make them white? Because I mean, I'm sure most of you are the same. Like, my makeup like equipment tools get quite messy, so I thought there couldn't be a worse colour to have them, really. Like, in terms of like, I mean, this bit isn't so bad. I mean, mine still do get pretty dirty, so it's not ideal, but like the ends as well, like I wasn't a fan of like the bristles being white, because as you can see, like a couple of these brushes I have actually washed, I think these three, and you can see that they're like completely stained the colour of the eyeshadows I've been using, which I know you can't help that and that is going to happen, but I just thought like there are so many like better colours you could have picked than white, but that's just me. I think as like an appearance, like they look gorgeous, like the white and black just looks so pretty, but I think from like an actual like usage point of view, I don't think the white is particularly practical. You'll have to excuse me, I've got like a really bad cold at the minute and I keep tripping over my words, and I'm sure it's all because of this cold. It's just, you know, a bit gross. But anyway, moving on. There are 5 brushes in the set. So the first brush I'm going to show you is this one. So this is kind of just like a tapered pencil brush. Great for like putting on your inner corner highlight or on your brow bone and down your nose, Cupid's bow, you know, all that sort of good stuff. Really good for like detailed eyeshadow work, like in the crease. I'll also use it underneath my lower lash line as well. So that's that one. There's then this little kind of rounded flat shader brush. This is good for like buffing out that lower lash line to create a really nice diffused eyeliner. Also good for packing on eyeshadow to get a lot of pigment. So there's that one as well. And then there's this fluffy blender brush, kind of just your standard blending brush. I actually prefer my blender brushes to be a little bit tapered, whereas this is quite flat, but it's still like a nice one just for buffing out to make sure you've got no harsh lines. This brush is probably my favourite out of the set. It's kind of like a tapered blending buffer brush, but it's slightly flat on this side and then like wider on this side, and I really like this because it sits into my crease really nicely and you can actually buff out colour without taking it too high or too low because it's like nice and flat. So I really love this one, and this is the one I've been using the most. And then the last brush is this one, which kind of to me looks like a concealer brush, so it's kind of like just flat concealer brush. I've been using this to kind of clean up my eyebrows when I've been filling them in and that sort of thing. So other than the colour of these brushes, there is one other thing I'm not mad on, and that is the actual quality of the bristles. I was expecting the bristle quality to be really good, but actually they feel like quite cheap. Oh, I feel bad saying that because I love Kylie and I love the rest of her products, but like the quality of the bristles for me just, they kind of was, I mean, they're not bad, but I felt like it was a little bit of a letdown in comparison to like the rest of her kind of makeup line. Like everything else I bought from Kylie I've absolutely loved, and I still like them, but I just wish the quality of the bristles was a little bit better. What I love about these brushes is actually the range that they've given you. I know it's like only a 5-piece set and they can only give you so many, but I do like the choice of styles of brushes which she's actually decided to put in the kit. I think they're quite like a nice, like if you were maybe a beginner or maybe you just wanted like a nice set of eye brushes, you're maybe not using eye brushes a lot, this would be a really nice set to start off with because you've kind of got like a bit for everything. Like These are like kind of your staple eyeshadow brushes, and I really love that about this kit. The other thing I really like about these, and I don't know if this is going to sound daft, but I actually love like the thickness and like how they feel when you like hold them. They're not heavy, they're not overly light either, but like, I don't know, I just really like the width of them and like how they feel when you hold them. I think that's really nice, and they're definitely like the type of brush which I would go to use because of that, because they feel quite nice to hold. So in terms of price, I obviously got these free, as I said at the beginning, when I ordered the Burgundy palette. I think it was like something to do with like the 12 days of Christmas or something like that, and she was giving away free bits. So that's how I got these. But when I've just looked on the website, it says that they're $35 for this one set, which is about £29. I think that that's not overly expensive, generally speaking, for lots of the brushes. Lots of the brushes will be priced kind of like similarly. But in terms of the quality, I just wish that they were a little bit better quality, and then like I wouldn't have even minded if they were like better quality and she'd up the price a little bit. So in terms of price, I do think they're a little bit on the expensive side for what they are, but their price isn't really anything crazily out of the ordinary, if you know what I mean, like in comparison to other brands that would be doing a similar sort of thing. But in terms of like it being Kylie, I do wish that like she'd maybe put a little bit more into the quality, even if that meant upping the price a little bit, if that makes sense. Also, the other thing I want to mention in terms of price is obviously if you're buying these from the UK, you have to take into consideration like your, not just your postage, but your customs charges as well. So like I think you can get free postage in the UK if you spend over a certain amount, but obviously you're having to spend more money, and then that kind of impacts your customs charges, because the more product, and obviously the higher the price of the products that's in your little box, the more your customs charges will be. So I think if you're thinking of just buying these, it's going to be quite expensive for you if you live in the UK, so I'd keep that in mind. But for people who live in like the US, you can get hold of these quite easily without all those massive custom charges. You know, they're a nice set. I think they're nice anyway, and I know that I will use them. As I said, this one's going to be my favourite, I know it is, and I mean I always need a good concealer brush, so that'll be okay. So yeah, overall just a nice kind of staple eye brush set. For me, there are a few things which I don't love about it, but I think that just comes down to personal preference really. I think a lot of people will really love the white on these because it does look like really nice and Instagrammable. So yeah, I think that just comes down to personal preference. So that is the end of today's video. Sorry it's not very long. I just wanted to do like a quick little review because I've been using them and I thought I'd let you know what I think. As always, thank you so much for watching and for clicking on this video. And if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give me a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!